Namaskaram, everyone. After Kardama went to the forest bent on sannyasa, the young son Kapila stayed in the ashrama on the banks of the picturesque Lake Bindu Saras with his mother. Days passed. Devahuti remembered the words of Brahma. My dear daughter, Lord Narayana deserves to teach the world Brahmavidya, and hence he has decided to be born as your son. He will teach you the Brahmavidya, which will rid you of your ignorance, avidya, which is the cause of the pain in this world. Devahuti saw her son sitting all by himself and went to him and said, You are my son, and I know you are Lord Narayana. I am asking you to help me. I am tired of this life which I have spent in gratifying the senses. You are the sun which has risen to dispel the darkness from the minds of ordinary people like me. I have the great good fortune to be the mother of the Lord. Tell me what I want to know. In the body made of the 5 elements, you have instilled the feelings of I and mine, ahankara and mamakara. You have it susceptible to the several emotions like love, hatred, and this evil of ignorance has been drawn across the Atman by you and you alone. It is up to you to remove it and save us. Teach me the path to peace. Teach me the path of Mukti, salvation. Teach me about your nature. Purusha and Prakriti are both you, and if I learn about them, they say, I will find freedom from the bondage of births and deaths. Dear listeners, we have seen in our previous narrations how very similar to this approach was Kunti's approach of Sharanagati to the Lord, asking him to hold her and lead her through samsara. It also reminds us how to approach the one who can give us the knowledge of Brahmavidya. One must approach with humility and deep surrender. Kapila's face was lit up by a smile of pure affection, and he looked at his mother and said, I will tell you. In my opinion, there is only one yoga which will entirely destroy the pains and pleasures which are the resultants of samsara. I taught this yoga to the rishis of yore when they were eager to learn it. I will teach you the same yoga now. I will, however, make the lesson easier for you. Anyone can understand this path of salvation. Mother, it is the mind which is the cause of bondage as well as freedom. Consider the mind. When it gets involved in the 3 gunas, when there is an upset in the balance of the 3 gunas, then one of the gunas becomes predominant and the Atman gets involved in the play of emotions. The mind turns away from the inner self and begins to be interested in the objects of the senses. It seeks gratification from them, and it wanders further and further away from the Atman. This same mind, if it is turned inwards, if it attaches itself to the Purusha, the Lord, the Ishvara, the Narayana, then this same mind will be the cause of freedom of man from the coils of the senses. This path is called Chitta Samyama, and it is the first step towards the goal. When the feelings of ahankara and mamakara disappear, the mind at once becomes free from kama, krodha, and other shatripus. It becomes pure and is fit enough to lead you to me. The pleasure of the world and pains will not affect it anymore. When it is equipped with Vairagya, detachment or rather non-attachment, when the doership has dropped, when there is Bhakti, which is devotion towards me, and with Jnana, which is the knowledge of the truth about me, the mind is able to perceive the Brahman. Of all the paths to me, Mother, Bhakti is the easiest and the surest. There is no other path which grants you freedom as quickly as the path of devotion. The wise say, the Sangha, attachment, is the one imperishable quality which is inherent in man. When it is imperishable, when it is evergreen without any possibility of getting destroyed, obviously it cannot be ignored. Mother, attachment is always there. The way to salvation is to use the same Sangha as an instrument. Let there be attachment by all means. Only do not feed it with the usual sense objects. Change the object of desire, of attachment. You have been attached to the things of the world. Let the attachment remain, but make the objects different. In place of the worldly objects, substitute Narayana. Attachment to Narayana makes the ties to other things snap, and the way is easy. This process of transferring the attachment from the lower to the higher will naturally be a gradual process. It is not possible to abandon the one and adopt the other all of a sudden. The mind will refuse to cooperate. The ultimate aim should be to be called a Mukta Sangha. The best method of schooling the mind to follow this path is to have the companies of sadhus, Satsanga. When the mind becomes attached to the company of sadhus and the wise beings, it would have abandoned the earlier attractions, and the next step is made easy. How can the mind be led towards the thoughts of the Lord? It is easier than it seems. As I said before, kama, lobha, the feelings of I and mine are impurities which cloud the mind, turn it away from its goal, and make it cling to the objects of the senses. A mind free from the impurities of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya will naturally turn towards the Lord. He continued, once this is achieved, once you are a Mukta Sangha, detached from the objects that take away the attention externally, you should spend your time in Satsanga, the company of the sadhus, the wise beings, the holy men. Attachment, the evergreen body which ties you down, should be for sadhus. And who are the sadhus? What are their characteristics? How can they be recognized? I will tell you. The sufferings, the ills and pains that the physical body is heir to do not affect the sadhus. They are full of compassion for all men. All living beings are to them their kinsmen. They love all beings. Naturally, they have no enemies. They are at peace with themselves. Their minds are clear and tranquil without agitations. And they never swerve from the path of dharma or righteousness. Their conduct is ever flawless, and their thoughts flow towards me and only towards me. They have no other duties, obligations, relations, no other claims on their affections or thoughts. They are interested only in stories about me and they are happy when they relate these stories to others. The troubles of the world are no troubles for them because they refuse to be affected by them. They are free from attachment, Mukta Sangha, and such people are called Sadhus. Sadhu is not about the attire that one wears, but the state of mind that one lives in. Mother, pray that your mind becomes attached to these people. They are capable of helping you to break away from other attachments. Constant company of sadhus makes you familiar with the stories about me, stories which please the ear and which gladden the heart. Pleasure in these stories leads to a constant interest in me, and this interest becomes finally enjoyment, meaning you will be enjoying to think on me and only on me. This enjoyment will then become bhakti, devotion to me. Satsanga leads to shraddha. This leads to rati, and rati leads to bhakti. Because of bhakti that you develop for me, the mind becomes slowly, gradually, but surely disgusted with the sense objects. The things of the world which were once attractive are no longer so. The pleasures which you once enjoyed ceased to please you. The mind becomes keen on discovering methods by which it can be focused steadily on the Lord. Atma Vichara is born in such a being. The emancipated man tries very earnestly for salvation. He has no taste for the snare which nature casts about him, and his intellect becomes sharp and keen. This is because of the non-attachment to the senses and the objects of the senses. Surrendering himself to me, he becomes one with me even in this bondage-ridden birth. Devahuti was listening intently. She now intervened and said, "Tell me, how an ignorant woman like me, one who has not studied the Vedas and learnt the many truths which the wise have learnt, how can I reach you? Which is the easiest path which leads to you?" "Bhakti," said Kapila. "It is Bhakti Yoga which will help you. Whether it be the senses which are involved in the world of objects, whether it be the mind which is involved in the daily duties and actions dictated by the Vedas, the only path which will free both of these from the particular fields in which they are engaged is a sincere and spontaneous desire for attainment of salvation. This desire will be granted by an effortless devotion to Narayana. This devotion will burn away the bondage of karma and the bondage created by the senses, like the fire in the body burns up the food which is eaten. Bhakti will not only grant you oneness with the Lord, but it will also free you from the world of objects. Mukti, release, will follow as a matter of course when you become a pilgrim in the path of bhakti. Sadhus, wise men, seers, yogis, jnanis, who think only of serving me, who are attached only to me, who perform actions to please only me, who talk nothing but my stories, such people do not desire to even get salvation. They are so happy with the thoughts of me. In their minds, they see my form always. And so, whether they ask for it or not, I grant them mukti. Lost as they are in thoughts of me, they are not attracted by the glories of the heavenly worlds, by the rupa, dhana, bala, pada. But still, I grant them all, since they are entitled to them. My bhaktas will never get destroyed. The wheel of time, which is my formidable weapon, is powerless as they are concerned, since they become one with me. I am everything to a bhakta. I am dear to him as a son is. his confidant like a friend is, his instructor, his well-wisher, his beloved. My Bhaktas have no fear of anything since everything in this universe is under my sway. It is in fear of me that the wind blows. Fear of me makes the wind shine. Parjanya, which is rains from the heaven, happen because he stands in fear of me. The fire burns and Yama keeps a watchful eye on everything, all because I have appointed them to do so. But yogis who have conquered the world of the senses are afraid of nothing, and they reach me without any doubt. Hari Om.